This morning on The Dish, Kwoklyn Wan. He's a writer and chef who's found international success serving up the taste of his childhood, Chinese takeout. With 5 books currently in print and another about to come out, Wan has unique insight into how to recreate that delectable takeout moment. Imtiaz Tyab went to his home in Leicester in the British Midlands to find out why.
For Kwoklyn Wan, there's no place he'd rather be than in the kitchen.
There are 3 flavours in Cantonese cooking, which are garlic, ginger, spring onion.
He cooks in his newly remodeled home in the very same building his parents ran their Cantonese-style restaurant back in the late 1970s. For the British city of Leicester, it introduced locals to flavours from the Far East, part of a tradition that started with his grandfather, who opened his own Chinese restaurant in the area nearly 2 decades earlier. For the chef and cookbook author, these are the tastes of home, including his personal favorite, spring rolls, or what his parents had on their menus as pancake rolls.
So, any idea why these are called pancake rolls in the UK and egg rolls in the US?
I had no idea.
I've got no idea either. I was asking you.
For Wan, along with his brother and sister, helping out in the kitchen was a fact of life while growing up.
But we actually used to live upstairs as children. But that just meant we were on tap or on hand all the time. So when Mum and Dad got busy downstairs, it literally was, you know, someone would run up and get us. Or my dad actually had an internal phone system installed in every single room.
So if you're upstairs watching TV,
it didn't matter which room you were in, the phone rang, we're busy downstairs, come and help.
Wow.
So we're going to take a 1-ton wrap up.
Okay.
Okay.
Since then, little has changed. We were called on to help too, starting off making wontons.
So now just pinch them together.
Like so.
Or nearly. That's your first attempt though, isn't it?
There you
So,
go. Yeah, let's just say I'm not a natural wonton maker.
so you just take the corner, fold it over.
To filling spring roll wrappers with a mixture of carrot, Napa cabbage, bean sprouts, and water chestnuts.
And I'm guessing this is your first spring roll wrap.
It is. How did you know? Is that obvious?
It's better than your 1-ton wrapping.
That makes sense.
Perfect.
That is what we call a spring roll.
That's better than mine.
That's pretty good. I'm pretty proud of that. That's great.
Wan is the author of several cookbooks, but a life in the kitchen isn't something he always wanted. He left home in his 20s to spend his days learning kung fu and his nights working as a bouncer at nightclubs.
Just throwing guys out of bars.
Yeah, and I literally used to bounce people out of the nightclub, and I loved every minute of it.
Going on to open his own martial arts school, where his love of teaching and food led him back to what he does best.
And I thought, well, you know what, I can cook, and I've got all these recipes that we used to cook in the restaurant. Let's teach people how to cook the food, not only the food that we were eating, but the food you were eating every time you went to a good Cantonese or Chinese takeaway or takeout. My kung po king prawns.
So Wan started posting recipes online of the takeout classics he learned to cook as a child.
Very, very, very simple sesame seed prawn toast. Now, if you like it saucy, add more salt.
Earning him a loyal following that led to regular appearances on national TV.
Pork, sugar.
And an upcoming 8-part series for Amazon.
There seems to be this undercurrent of nostalgia to what you do. Why do you think it connects with people in that way?
So when I wrote my first book, I listened to music that we listened to when I was working in the restaurant in the 1980s. And it helped me remember the feelings that I had when I was cooking or eating those dishes. I remember billows of smoke coming off the hot plates when we served the OK beef or the Canton beef.
They're trying to recreate moments with their own family when they sat around a table eating a Chinese takeout or in a restaurant much like this one used to be.
Exactly.
But for us, he cooked his all-time favorites, those spring rolls.
The crunch, the flavors, the freshness. Perfect.
Good. Good. I'm pleased.
Kung Pao chicken.
Is that hitting the spot?
No, that hits the spot.
Right, with the cashew nut now, and you're getting that creaminess coming through. So you've got this sensation, and your mouth kind of like goes...
Char siu pork, and a classic chow mein.
Another all-time favorite. You cannot go to a takeaway and not have chow mein.
No, definitely not. And the key to cooking really nice chow mein is to let it burn a little bit. Now, that sounds crazy, but adding that charred flavour just adds that extra element of texture and flavour.
All made with ingredients that can be found in nearly any grocery store, anywhere.
Some could argue this is not authentic. What do you say to that?
It's as authentic as you ate 30 years ago. It's as authentic as I ate 45 years ago. So why is it not authentic? Just because it, you know, at the end of the day, every single dish that we eat now has evolved from somewhere.
And for Kwoklyn Wan, that evolution has taken place here in the house where it all began.
Two things I can do, and that's cook and
kick.
And kick. I'm the original Kung Fu Panda. Dumplings in Kung Fu.
Dumplings in Kung Fu.
For CBS Saturday Morning, Imtiaz Tyab, Leicester.